Welcome to another episode of Bite Back. Teeth are the easy part, being a woman in dentistry. Now that's where things get interesting.
Work-life balance. I think that for me has probably been the hardest part. I always get asked what my hobby is. I'm still trying to find.
I hate that question.
I actually really don't like it. In the resume, I write baking.
Do you bake?
No. So I'm trying to come up and not lie
she
anymore.
lies in her resume.
I have to come up with something. What am I say? Teeth. I literally look
I
I'm at home, I look at teeth. We're at work, we go for dinner.
And we
talk about teeth.
We're very boring.
Yeah, I know, but it's teeth. But we're trying to come up with hobbies or
We're trying to find the time for hobbies.
yeah, time.
I think time is the problem.
What's something that you do outside of industry?
Before I got into DB, I had many hobbies.
Yeah.
I lived in Sydney. I worked 3 to 4 days a week. I did aerial yoga,
Wow.
piano lessons,
Wow.
PT, gym, and I like to go on walks at the beach because I live near the beach. Since DV, with all the admin that I have with the labs and everything and the
also
long hours.
And the mentoring you're doing as well.
Yes.
Your lead. It's a
Yes.
lot of,
Yeah, there's a lot more responsibility now. I find I have less, well, not only less time because I do commute to work quite far, but I also am like exhausted at the end of the day because the mental load that you have when you're doing these larger cases and you're looking after a few patients at a time, I think that's quite strenuous. But what do I do in my downtime? So I like to I do reformer Pilates now.
Yep.
Still do some weight training, not as much as I used to and not as much as I would like as well. But I do love to spend time in the sauna and the bathhouse. I find that kind of restores me for the week. So I try to do it at least once or twice a week. And I do get massages as well. I feel like that's a hobby.
So is going out for dinner. I feel like going out for dinner is a hobby too.
Yes, and hanging out with
With
my
me,
girls.
yeah.
with
Hanging
you.
out with me is a hobby. I mean, I don't know. People tell you it's not a hobby. That should go on my resume.
Yeah.
Hang out with me, that's your hobby. That's enough. I agree though. Like, exercise is really important. And that's one thing I think the young generation shouldn't lose. Don't lose that. Like, if you're starting out in dentistry, focus on that. Because that's what helps. It helps your posture. It helps your back. It's what's gotten me back to, like, I used to get back problems a lot, especially when I first started. I mean,
It's very common.
really
Very
common. And I think that if you're not strength training, it makes it worse. So I've really focused on that. The Pilates has helped. I go to the gym now and focus on that.
You're a Pilates girl
I'm a
now.
Pilates gal. I'm not very good at it, but I'll do it. So that helps. But making sure that you have time for yourself. So personally, I work 4 days a week. That one day off that I have, that's what I try to do as much as I can in that day. I made focaccia bread the other day.
It was very tasty,
Thank
actually.
you.
Thank you for sharing that with me.
So I'm trying to just find
You had a
things.
little bit of rosemary in it.
Yeah, I
I really
did.
appreciated the extra little herb.
But I'm trying to, like, I think we're both trying to find things and not just talk teeth the whole time. But it's not a bad thing either. I think that having that passion for your career, it's what makes us who we are, and it's why we are where we are. So, you know, for people that don't have a hobby or don't have something extra in their life, I don't think it's a bad thing. And I like you said, I really don't like the question because, you know, it just feels judgmental.
How do you answer it? Yeah. Especially when you have someone so impressive that, I don't know, builds, I don't know, Legos and, I don't know, can do a backflip and, I don't know, maybe cut that out.
Pilates is enough, okay?
Pilates is enough.
So I get asked this a lot. If I wasn't a dentist, what would I do? Personally, I don't have an answer. I need to think of it, but I want to hear yours.
So there's two things that I would probably be if I wasn't a dentist. First, if I was still in the medical space or the health space, I'd be a dermatologist. I love all things skincare, looking after your skin, all that sort of stuff. And remember, I don't want to work nights and weekends, and I don't think many dermatologists do. So that would be another kind of career that I would do if I wasn't a dentist. But if I wasn't in healthcare at all, I think I would just have my own skincare line and have my own skincare business. Yeah.
Yeah, you are really good. I remember that time I went on a retreat and I forgot to take my makeup off.
Oh, I died.
Yeah, I
died.
my makeup. You're like, what?
Yeah, we couldn't be friends after that. I really struggled.
So I'd take it off now, I swear. I didn't do it again. I know, okay.
Yeah, I'm really pedantic with it, yeah.
I don't know what I would do. I honestly, I guess that's something that I need to search deep in my soul to find, but I can't think of anything else. And I think that's why, you know, we love our job so much, because it's kind of the end all be all for us. So yeah, I've got to come up with a good answer for that. Maybe next.
You don't need an answer.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
you know what?
You
Thank
don't need
you.
an answer, and you don't need a hobby.
Thank you. I love that.
Where do you get your fulfillment from?
I was that girl on Instagram that had my patients, like, I'd cry with my patients. That was like my identity. And it was true. Like, I genuinely felt that emotional connection, and that's where I used to get I still get my fulfillment from there, but I used to get it a lot. Then you start to have almost that burnout a little bit, and you forget why you're doing it. And I'm sure a lot of people go through this. I went through it. I kind of forgot why I was doing what I was doing, restoring patients' smiles and giving them back that confidence. And I will never forget, I had a really bad day, and at the end of the day, it was actually a denture patient. And he turned to me and he said, you know what? You've changed my life. And I don't know what it was. I don't know why this one patient, it just hit home differently. And I thought, do you know what? It doesn't matter what I've gone through that day. I have changed somebody's life. So just knowing that, how many people's lives I've changed, sometimes I'll think back and just think about the patients I've done, and I'll think, okay, yeah, remember this person? I haven't seen them in a while, actually. But that's the most important part, just reminiscing on what you've done and just seeing how far you've come and how many people's lives you've changed. That's what gives me fulfillment. And constantly seeing it every day, that's just reminding yourself, that's the important part.
That's a beautiful answer.
Thank you. How about you?
I would say the same. So you wouldn't think being at dental school you'd change people's lives. Dentists are always scary. No one likes you. No one wants to come see you. You're like the worst person on the planet, and you're always the villain in every movie. So in my wildest dreams, I never thought I'd be making people cry and, like, you know, helping people get into a relationship or get a new job. Like, I never thought that would be a thing. So that is where a lot of the fulfillment comes from. And sometimes you do the smallest thing for someone and you just think to yourself, like, how has this impacted this person for so long? And it's so nice that I'm able to change that for them. So yeah, the fulfillment definitely comes from helping people. Yeah.
I actually had a 13-year-old, and he had it wasn't a big chip. It was a little chip on his tooth. And I did some edge bonding, and his mum literally said to me, you don't understand how much you've changed this kid's life. And I just thought, we get so caught up in it, though. I really do think we do get caught up in the career and always being better and pushing ourselves, that we forget all the people.
But we also get caught up on the big cases. So when these little things, you know, help people, you just...
Yeah.
It's a nice reminder.
That's right.
Yeah.
And I think we also get caught up in the Instagram world. I know myself, I'm always very, very careful with it, because I could sit there on Instagram looking at teeth and looking at what people are posting, and I could do it for hours. And if my husband was to say to me, oh, you know, come on, time to do something else, I'd probably still be there looking and scrolling. So I think that's really important, to not compare ourselves too much. It's good to have, you know, inspirations, role models, people that you look up to, but to also know that, you know, we're not going to... No,
you're seeing their highlights.
That's exactly right. And not everyone's life is perfect behind the scenes either. So I think it's really important just for the younger generation to know. And don't be scared to post. Did you ever have that? I still get scared. Oh, what's this person going to say? Or...
Yeah, I get anxiety.
Yep.
Anytime I have to post a case.
Yep.
And I think to myself, who's going to, you know, comment something negative about it? Who's going to talk behind my back?
Yep.
Yeah, still to this day, I have anxiety. Even if I know the case is beautiful, there's nothing wrong with it, you know, I have that fear. And I think the fear, honestly, stems from DPR.
Yeah.
And watching people, like, absolutely tear each other to shreds in those comments. I've stopped going on it. It gives me so much anxiety. Even reading it, I think to myself, like, how can people be so nasty to one another? We're all here trying to do our best. We're all here trying to do what we can to help these patients. And then you have these, like... trolls just bringing people down constantly. Wild. It's actually, and it's mainly men. Yeah. The women never do it. Yeah. I'm part of a few female Facebook groups, and they're always so encouraging and so uplifting, so beautiful. But you still have that anxiety, because you're like, okay, all of my Instagram following is not just females. Yeah. There's men there too. Yeah. So...
But the trolling is ridiculous.
It's embarrassing. Yeah. It's embarrassing for our profession.
I agree. I feel like saying to people, just be nice. Like, it's really not that hard. I think it stems from jealousy. Genuinely, that's where I think it stems from, because I was raised, if you've got nothing nice to say, Don't say it.
Oh, me too.
And don't get me wrong, constructive criticism, we all take feedback. We
Absolutely,
love
yes.
feedback. Oh,
But there's a nice way to do it, and then there's the nasty way
I
to
agree.
do it.
That's like if that's one thing I can bestow on people in this field, it's just be nice.
Yeah.
It's not worth it. Like doesn't get anybody anywhere.
I've got a question for you. Tell me, how did you define what success looked like when you first graduated versus now? Like, has it changed? Has it stayed the same?
I think speed is a big thing that people talk about when you first graduate. You know, when you get into your first job, you want to always be fast, quick, get more patients. And when I look back now, I have, even my surgeries, there's no rush. I have slowed myself down so much, and I really pick quality. So I will make sure that my tissue grafting is immaculate. I actually love it. Like, I love spending a bit more time with the patient one-on-one. I'll book 3-4 hours for a surgery sometimes, just because I'm like, oh, I don't need the stress. I don't want the stress, because speed does not give you quality. And that's something that I see now. I love taking my photos. I love, my favorite thing is taking an arch off, taking all on implants off, and I get to see what the tissue looks like underneath. And it just gives me such great joy, because I know that I spent that time before, during the surgery, because I spent that extra time, that's what it looks like now. So I would say that's how I define my success. How my tissue looks, how my implants look, how my pros looks, not how quickly did I do the job.
Things such as the tissue, the patient wouldn't even know if you did a good job with that.
Yeah, and that's the hard part. But I've learnt, I know, and because I know it's going to give that patient the best long-term success, that's why I do it.
No, it's admirable that you care.
Yeah, but it's true. Most people don't. I think that's one thing that I think is, for me, defines my success now, is I'll do things for this patient that they wouldn't know the difference, but I know it's going to be better for them. And that's okay. I mean, sure, I can take my Instagram photos, I can post on Instagram. That helps,
I've noticed
obviously.
you started posting
Thank
more.
you.
Loving the content.
But it is because I know that's what's best for them long term. And they don't see the difference.
They don't need to know, yeah.
They don't need to know. But yeah, for me, it's really important to know I did the best thing for that patient with all the new information we have. Obviously, soft tissue wasn't such a big thing 10 years ago, but now it's become there's a big push for it. So you need to keep up to date. And that's as well another thing I find defines success, changing with the times. You can't be living in dentistry 20 years ago. Like, it's just not feasible. It's not good for the patient. So it's always up and changing with the times as well. So yeah, yourself, is it?
God, you've actually answered that really well.
Thank you.
I would actually agree with you on all of that. When you first graduate, it's all about like numbers, quantity, like go.
And comparing.
And I would say success for me now, basically success equals happy patient. If the patient's happy, I know I've been successful. If they're not happy, I wasn't successful. So that's how I look at success now, whether I've been able to achieve what the patient desired, whether we've had a good outcome, whether we've had a good relationship as well. So that doesn't always, happen the way you kind of want it to. But that would be my biggest thing. Yeah, happy patient equals success. Yeah. And even if the work something's broken or something's failed, if the patient is still happy to continue seeing you after that, that's a huge win for me.
I agree. That's actually really...
Where they haven't gone away and they don't want to speak to you, they don't want to see you again. So
because they've got trust in you.
They've got trust.
If any ladies out there want to come on the podcast and have a chat and spend your Friday with us, having a chat about all things dentistry and women in dentistry, please let us know. And if you have any questions, drop them in the comments below.
And don't forget, scrubs on, doubts off. We'll see you in the next episode.